So Israel Bahar serves as Israeli Consul General to the Pacific Southwest. He joins us now. Thank you for being with us, Israel. So
good morning.
Tell us the lay of the land right now in terms of Israel, in terms of Iran. You feel like Iran was already sort of a pariah in that part of the world. That can only have become a worse problem at this point.
Correct. I think the fact that Iran is still, this regime is still exists and control Iran, I think it's a stand on Western democracies. It's an anti-human, tyrannical regime who destabilized the region from its first day. It goes against American interests, against Western interests, and against Israel. So we need to come together, the world, to make sure that we are isolating Iran by reinstating crippling sanctions, to strengthening the Israel-American and moderate Arabs alliance. And third, it's about time that we are going to name the Revolutionary Guard of Iran as a terrorist organization. That's what we need to do, all of us together right now. And it's time about to stop the hypocrisy on the world stage, which is dealing with Iran on a democratic level or any conversation with them. I think this regime must be toppled, and sooner is better.
Israel, when Hamas attacked, we as America, we supported Israel. And when Iran attacks, we are not. Biden told your prime minister that the U.S. will not support an Israeli counterattack. What are your feelings about that?
First of all, we are grateful for the American support and to the American people, the American army, and also to the administration that support us in a defense mechanism that we created in the region with them. About the attack, we, the Israeli, believe that if we need to attack, we need to do it by ourselves, and we never ask any other country to do it for us. But what we do need is the diplomatic international clout, and definitely America has the power to give us this kind of a clout. In the end of the day, it's not about personal matters in the international diplomatic world. It's about understanding the reality. It's about understanding where we are on the world stage. And the world needs to understand and decide whether it wants to go with a Chamberlain approach or with the Churchillian decision what to do against Iran. So Israel is going to do what we need to do in the end of the day, and we're going to decide the time and the scope that we're going to retaliate against Iran. That needs to be seen. But we do appreciate the help that the American people support us on this endeavor.
Well, Israel has certainly proven over the years to be very effective at standing up to bullies in the region. So thank you very much, Mr. Bahar, for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you. You too.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Police in Oklahoma recovered 2 bodies in a rural part of the state amid an intensifying search for 2 Kansas moms who've been missing for weeks.
4 people were arrested and charged with murder on Saturday in connection with the women's disappearance. NBC News correspondent Marissa Parra joins us now with the very latest. So, Marissa, tell us what you know about these 4 people who were arrested and charged and what their personal connection may be to the victims.
Hey guys, so that press conference with all the latest from authorities wrapped up not that long ago. So authorities wouldn't speak directly about the relationships between the 4 people arrested and the 2 missing women. But what we have learned from our affiliate KOFR is that one of the women arrested is the grandmother of Veronica Butler's children, and at least 2 of the suspects arrested were known to her. You can see those 4 people arrested on your screen there. We also know through court documents that Butler and her children's father have been in a custody battle. The 4 people charged have been charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy. And authorities said this morning that all 4 arrests were made without incident. Authorities said they feel confident that those 4 people were responsible for these 2 women going missing. They said they currently have no other suspects.
Marissa, where exactly were those bodies discovered? And when do we expect police to actually release information about the specific identities?
Right. So all of this happening between Kansas and Oklahoma. So the two women from Kansas, their car discovered in Oklahoma. Those two bodies, of course, on everyone's mind. Everyone's wondering, can we confirm definitively that those identities belong to these two women? And authorities said that that's just going to take time. It's going to take time to even determine the cause and manner of death as well. And we know, obviously, the family and the people who love these women searching for that definitive proof or wanting to get some sort of closure here. But I will say something that was very telling from this press conference is when authorities were asked if there was any chance that
First and foremost, my heart aches for the Hutchins family and friends and colleagues as well. And it has since the day this tragedy occurred. Helena has been and always will be an inspiration to me. I understand she was taken too soon, and I pray that you all find peace. I am beyond grateful that Joel survived that terrible day. My heart goes out to the film industry for the devastating pain that this tragedy caused and the old wounds that have been reopened. I am saddened by the way the media sensationalized our traumatic tragedy and portrayed me as a complete monster, which has actually been the total opposite of what's been in my heart. Your Honor, when I took on Rust, I was young and I was naive, but I took my job as seriously as I knew how to. Despite not having proper time, resources, and staffing, when things got tough, I just did my best to handle it. Today, I humbly ask you to consider probation, a probation where I can contribute to society through community service, and I can continue my counseling, and I welcome any classes that you may deem necessary for me to attend. I give you my word now that I would strictly follow the rules and respect the parameters of that probation. I beg you, please don't give me more time. The jury has found me in part at fault for this god-awful tragedy, but that doesn't make me a monster. That makes me human. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, and I believe Dale Reed would like to speak to the court this time.
Here behind me is where a scam call turned deadly, and I'm going to step out of the way here so you can get a look here. The man who lives here is accused of shooting and killing an Uber driver. He now faces a murder charge and potential other charges. According to reports, authorities say William Brock had been receiving multiple threatening scam calls the morning of March 25th. The calls were concerning an incarcerated relative, and Brock was told to meet at the courthouse to pay a ransom of $12,000 in bail money, or they would kill him and his relative. Around the same time of the call, Lolitha Hall received directions from the same person or an accomplice, instructing her to go to Brock's home to pick up a package for delivery. Dashcam video from Hall's car shows her arrive to Brock's home to pick up that package. According to reports from the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brock allegedly had a gun. This video appears to confirm that. The incident report says Brock allegedly took Hall's phone and wouldn't let her leave, and when she tried to go, authorities say Brock then shot Hall. They started fighting, and he shot her 2 more times. Authorities received a call from Brock saying he had shot someone on his property because they were trying to rob him. When units arrived, they found Hall with multiple gunshot wounds, and Brock was bleeding from his head. Hall was flown to Kettering Hospital in Dayton, where she died. Reports say while officials were on scene, Brock's landline phone kept ringing, and when one officer picked it up, the man on the other line said he was an officer. And the real officer explained what happened and asked the caller to meet. And he agreed, but never showed up. We reached out to Uber, and they responded with this statement saying in part, quote, "There is no other way to describe this incident than a horrific tragedy. Our hearts continue to be with Lolitha's loved ones as they grieve her sudden loss. We have been in contact with law enforcement and remain committed to supporting their investigation. End quote. Uber also went on to say the account of the individual who ordered the Uber trip has been banned. The sheriff's office is also reminding residents to be extra cautious and that no law enforcement.
Now to the search for two men who were caught on camera damaging a protected natural rock formation at Lake Mead in Nevada. The destruction could lead to felony charges, and Kana Whitworth joins us this morning with that story. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Lindsay, good morning. I mean, these were ancient rock formations, and authorities are telling us that this kind of wholesale destruction of a critical area is something that they haven't seen before. And now they need the public's help tracking down those responsible.
This morning, authorities searching for the two men seen in this video destroying ancient rock formations at Lake Mead. The pair recklessly shoving red stones that make up one of the most popular hiking destinations there. A young child can be heard telling them not to fall as the large boulders tumble and break on the ground below. The video sent to the National Park Service, outraging park goers and authorities alike.
The first time I saw the video, it literally made me sick to my stomach.
Authorities sharing this photo of the suspects, asking for any information. The 1.5 million acre park is just outside of Las Vegas and home to the largest reservoir in the nation. The stones in that area are up to 140 million years old.
It's taken a really long time to create this unique and beautiful environment. The damage is unfortunately permanent, and people won't be able to enjoy